Hi, and welcome to One Simple Recipe, where we're hoping to get you one step closer to better health. I'm Judy Matuski with Athens Nutrition, and today we're talking about eggs. And I know that eggs aren't the most budget friendly right now, but if you do celebrate Easter and you're going to be making hard-boiled eggs and coloring them, then this is for you. And for anybody that really just loves a good hard-boiled egg, I think it's such a great little protein package and very portable and very, very versatile. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that as well as talking about some egg swaps that you can do, just a little bit more budget friendly. All right, so hard-boiled eggs. I know there's a million ways to make them. I've made them many times, but I've always struggled with peeling them. You know, I mean, they get done. It's just that sometimes the shells stick and it's just so annoying. So Cooks Illustrated came out with this method, I don't know, years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. So I wanted to share it with you. It typically, and I watch it not work today, but typically when you do it, it's just you boil these eggs and then you kind of shake them to get the shells off. You shake them in the container and then the shells kind of just almost like little zippers. They just kind of fall right off. So let me walk you through because I couldn't do it live on camera. So I just used a pot. You know, I fill it with maybe 2 inches of water. And typically I would do a dozen of eggs. Today I just did 6. But you would get it boiling, right? So just so that the water covers the egg a little bit. Then the key, apparently, to Cooks Illustrated is you need to take cold eggs from the refrigerator, and they swear it doesn't matter if they're old eggs or new eggs. It doesn't matter. They'll still peel easily. I have to say that I've made these, I don't know, a gazillion times over the last several years. I did have a couple of times where they didn't peel as easily as they normally would. So I don't know why that would be, but basically they say the science behind it is you need boiling water, then you take eggs that are cold, and you know, absolutely you have to use tongs. So once the water is boiling, you know, you're just going to take your egg and then just lower it down into the boiling water. And the thing is that you just do it gently because sometimes they crack and a little bit of the white comes out. It's no big deal, but just gently, you know, lower them down into the water. And then it depends on, you know, how you like your hard-boiled eggs. If you like them pretty well cooked through and kind of on the drier side, then I would say 12 to 13 minutes is about how long they'll need to be in there boiling, or at least in a low simmer, you know. If you want them a little more jammy, then maybe take them out at 10 minutes, you know, 8 minutes, depending on what you're looking for. But then, so it's cold eggs from the refrigerator directly into the boiling water. And then once you're doing the 12 to 13 minute cook time or whatever you're doing, then they go into an ice bath. So directly from there with I just, you know, using my tongs, take them out, drop them into some ice water. And then in here, it's, you know, 15 minutes or so just to cool them down. So, and if they sit in here longer than that, that's fine. This is what so they've been in here for, I think now a little over 15 minutes. So there's 6 eggs, hard-boiled eggs. I'm going to drain the water off a little bit because then I'm going to show you if you get some of the ice and the water out of here. All right. So I just still some ice in there, but then you just need a bowl that has a lid, a tight-fitting lid, and then you shake it. And then if you want to peel all your eggs at one time, then you put them in the container with the lid and shake it. If you don't want to peel them right away, then obviously just then put them back unpeeled into your egg container and then pop them back in the refrigerator and peel them later. Either way, they peel quickly and easily, whether you hold off and peel them later or whether you're going to try to peel them now. So this is okay, drum roll. We'll see if it works. Not so hardly. You don't want to break up the eggs. I mean, the actual egg. You're just trying to get the shell off. So you do that, and then you can, I don't know if you can see, but I think it's going to work. So the shells are already, they're like falling off. So look at this. Literally, they're just slipping completely off. I'm so glad this worked because I was thinking, oh, watch it not work as I'm doing this on camera. But they do. It's almost as if it's magic. I think it's really kind of food science. So basically, I think it's the cold egg going into the boiling water, then going into the shocking into the ice water. That little membrane that is like attaches that's on the shell that attaches to the white of the egg, that is what shrinks, I think, and pulls away, and then it makes it super easy to peel them. So what I'm going to do is, okay, so that's kind of a fun hack. So if you can do an entire dozen of eggs this way, which is what I usually do, not now with the price of eggs, but normally I would just do 12 eggs, put them in a big bowl with a lid, shake them, and the shells just fall right off. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. All right, I wanted to show you a couple of things to do with hard-boiled eggs. So I thought it might be fun instead of making egg salad, which is what we kind of typically do. I'm just going to rinse off I'm just going to rinse all any little remaining shells that are just kind of sticking to the eggs. Let me just pull these over so that I can share this with you. All right, so hard-boiled eggs. So obviously you can make egg salad with them. When I make egg salad, I usually do kind of half mayonnaise, half yogurt, just to kind of lighten it up a little bit. You can do deviled eggs. You can do just eat them as is, a little salt and pepper. But I actually treated myself because I do love to make deviled eggs, especially with the Easter holiday coming up. But I got this cool little ceramic tray. So I came across this idea and I thought, what a great idea. So instead of making deviled eggs, which I love and I will do, but you have to kind of take the yolk out, and it's not that it's hard, but this is even easier. So you just take your hard-boiled egg, right, and then we'll cut it in half, and here's the egg. So this got like a full hard boil. These are in about 13 minutes because these are pretty big, large eggs. So anyway, so cutting the eggs in half. Then instead of taking the yolk out, I'm going to leave the yolk in. And I thought it might be fun to do different toppings on your hard-boiled eggs because it would make it really pretty, depending on what kind of toppings you want to use. You can come up with some of your own ideas. I'm going to share with you real quick some of the ones that, oops, a little piece of shell there. Some of the ones that I did. All right, so I'm trying to wipe off the yolk just so that they look a little bit prettier when I'm trying to wipe the yolk off my knife because it sticks to the knife a little bit. All right, so let's just say we have your cut eggs, right? And you're going to have them out on a platter. I have 2 more extra ones. I'm going to put this to the side. I'll cut those later. And then we're going to do some, I want to make sure you can see this. So we're going to do some toppings here. So what I have is I just put a tray together of all these different topping ideas. I have pesto. I made a little yogurt and dill herb kind of dressing. I did a tahini sauce with just tahini, a little bit of water, lemon juice, and a little salt. And then I have some pickled onions and radishes and dill, smoked paprika, truffle hot sauce, other hot sauce, sesame seeds, hot honey. I just thought it'd be fun to, make sure you can see that. So it'd be fun just to come up with different ways to kind of decorate these eggs, and you can put them out on a platter. So this is just some pesto. So I was thinking, you could do a couple with pesto. I want to make sure I do everything that I have here. So we have pesto, this is the yogurt and dill dip that you could put on top. You might even want to, which I think I might do, you might want to just do a little salt just first on the egg just to season it a little bit. And then this is the tahini, a little tahini water, lemon juice, and some salt in there. So then we could top that. But for that one, I thought it would be fun to maybe do a little sesame seeds on top of that one, and maybe a little bit of smoked paprika as well. Give it a little color. I was just trying to think of things that would give the plate, my smoked paprika's not coming out. Oops. The plate a little bit of color. And then I have maybe another one with a little bit of the dill, but on this one, instead of dill on top, I'm going to use a little bit of chopped radish. Could put that on one, a little red coloring. Then let's see, what else could we do? How about another pesto? with some little pickled onion, red onion that's been pickled. Then I love this truffle hot sauce. I think I mentioned that before. It's one of my favorite, just like little condiments that I'm using on just about everything. So maybe a little drizzle of that on one, and then maybe a little bit of the other. This is Serrano hot sauce, Yellowbird. I love the Yellowbird brand. I think their hot sauces are amazing. I don't know, I could make these look a little bit prettier. But anyway, it's the idea. You get the idea. So instead of just a plain, boring hard-boiled egg with salt and pepper, which is fine, but you may be a little more creative and you could do a really pretty platter with just a bunch of different colorful toppings, and that would be an alternative to maybe like if the deviled eggs, if that's something that you typically do. I'll probably end up doing both, or one or the other, depending on how many eggs I feel like using this year. So anyway, that's so that was just I thought was kind of like a fun little cute idea to do with hard-boiled eggs. Now, egg swaps, all right, just budget friendly. Tofu, scrambled tofu. So you just take, I'm loving this super firm tofu from Trader Joe's. It's super high protein, and I love it because it's really, it's not as water packed as even like extra firm. It's even firmer than extra firm. And then you would just take a skillet, take it and crumble it up into the skillet with maybe some olive oil. You could do some onions and peppers and mushrooms or spinach or whatever, and do like a scramble, like a frittata, I guess more like not like a frittata, but a scramble with a bunch of different vegetables. It's good to add a little turmeric or even paprika just to give it a little color. But scrambled tofu is great. It's not exactly scrambled eggs, but it's a good swap out. And I think you'd like it because you use a lot of different flavors. Use some of your favorite hot sauces on top. That's one swap. The other one, which I think is really great, let me just grab a spoon so I can show you this, is using chia seeds or ground flax seeds to make chia or flax eggs. Now, obviously, you're not going to be scrambling these like scrambled eggs, but if you take this was 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. So I put 1 tablespoon of chia seeds and about 3 tablespoons of water in this bowl. I did this just 5 minutes before I came on live, and look how thick it gets. This is what happens to chia seeds when they hydrate. A couple things here. You are actually visually looking at soluble fiber. So chia seeds are rich in soluble fiber. So are beans, and so is oatmeal. You know how oatmeal gets a little bit gummy, and you know how when you open up a can of beans, it's a little gummy? That's the soluble fiber. So that's what you're seeing here, which is super healthy, great for gut bacteria, but also really good for lowering LDL cholesterol. Or the bad cholesterol in our blood. So anyway, this gels up. Now, this would be the equivalent of 1 egg in a recipe that you read, like muffins, pancakes, waffles, quick breads. So if you want to do a chia or ground flaxseed, would kind of act the same way. This is a really good swap when you're baking. So it's 1 tablespoon of chia seeds or 1 tablespoon of ground flax with about 3 tablespoons of water, and then let it sit for at least 5 minutes. This has been sitting now for over 10, so it's really gelling up. But that should serve to give you that same kind of texture you're looking for in your baked goods instead of using eggs. So I would say tofu for scrambled eggs, a scrambled egg kind of swap out, and then these chia or ground flaxseed eggs for baking. And then let's give your hard-boiled eggs a little love and come up with some cute ideas to decorate them so that you have a nice little colorful platter for the upcoming holidays. All right, stay well until next week, and I will see you soon. Again, keeping that 2025 pantry well stocked, and we're going to really keep it healthy throughout this year. Stay well. Bye-bye.